All right, Cardinal family, I'm going to try to relate where my head is at on assessment results with how to make a Huevos Rancheros breakfast casserole. Please stick with me. All right, so background on this. When we were doing our curriculum unpacking for English language arts at the intermediate level, we had no small amount of conversation about standards, when they should be taught, as it pertains to the results we'd like to see on our NSCAS test. Specifically, if the NSCAS is going to be a reflection of what we want our students to learn in whatever given year, how does that impact the timing of when certain standards are taught so that we get to mastery before those test day windows come up? And because the intermediate teachers maybe went on a deeper dive in that conversation than some of the other groups, I went on a deeper dive about how I view assessment results. So I want to talk about that right now and then as it pertains to us. I have long believed that if you do what you're supposed to do, you'll get the results you're supposed to get. That might sound kind of abstract, but how I get my head around that is I think about my mom. My mom was a home economics major back before we called it family consumer science, and because of that, she's the best cook I've ever personally known in my life. And I know a lot of us think our mom is a great cook, and I'm sure yours is. My mom is quantifiably a great cook. She's just amazing at it. In fact, she's visiting this weekend, and if I can talk her into it, she makes a killer Huevos Rancheros casserole. Now, what I love about my mom is her philosophy on cooking is super simple. She will just say, are these good ingredients that taste good? Did you do what you were supposed to do with the ingredients? The end. And of course, there's other details in there, but that's really all it is. She looks at a recipe and she goes, are those ingredients good or not? Oh, there's some ingredients missing that would be better, or no, that's not very good quality. If you have good ingredients and you do what you're supposed to do with those ingredients, you'll end up with something that tastes really good, and it pretty much is true without fail. And to me, that isn't just about my mama's Huevos Rancheros casserole. It is everything. I translate that to our assessments. I really believe that if we have what we're supposed to have and we do what we're supposed to do with it, we'll get the results we're supposed to get. So, what do I mean if we have what we're supposed to have? Good teachers in the classroom. We got that. If we give you guys the ingredients you need, that means the professional development, the time, the curriculum resources, all of those things. If we look at all those and, hey, those are all our ingredients. Those are good. All right, now it's time to cook. And the cooking happens in the classroom. Did you do what you were supposed to do with those ingredients? Whatever the test result is supposed to be, it will be. I really, really, really believe so much. Do what you're supposed to do, and you'll get the results you're supposed to get. Now, a lot of that is in process right now. We're working really hard at making sure we have the curriculum we're supposed to have. We're working really hard at evaluating and obtaining those resources that we should have that support that curriculum. Working really hard at making sure that we have the professional development and the time so that that ingredient makes sense. And then we're going to get to the classroom and cook, and good things are going to happen. Now, I went through all that, and one of our teachers at the intermediate level said, so Sam, what you're telling me is I won't get fired because of my NSCAS scores. And I laughed, and really there's two things on that. Number one, no, you won't get fired because of your NSCAS scores. I'll get fired because of your NSCAS scores. And I'm cool with that. Put it on me. But here's the deal. It's not just NSCAS scores. It's NSCAS and ELPA and ACT and DIBELS and MAP and ASVAB and all of these different dishes we are cooking. And that's on me to make sure that I give our stakeholders a chance to have a taste of all those dishes and say, hey, you gave us some great ingredients. Look what we did with it. So here's my charge to you. Make sure that we've got good ingredients. And again, that's another thing that's on me, to make sure that you do have those. And I think we've got a lot of great ingredients, and I'm going to keep on stocking that pantry. And then I want to make it so that you're able to do what you're supposed to do, to get into that classroom and cook. If we do that, don't worry so much about the end result. The end result will happen as it is supposed to happen. We will get the results we are supposed to get. And I know this is kind of a goofy analogy, but really what I want you to leave with, because I think we tend to get too focused on the end result. What's that one test day going to look like? Well, it's not just one test day. We're cooking a lot of different things. Number two, it's not that one test day, because it's not just what happens on that one test day. That is one of the least important factors in this. What's important is all the things we have and all the things we do prior to that one test day. That's what makes the action happen in the kitchen when we really start cooking. So do what we're supposed to do. We're going to make sure we have what we're supposed to have, and we'll get the results we're supposed to get. All right? I think I'm probably going to text my mom now, see what we can do about making a Huevos Rancheros breakfast casserole happen in my kitchen this weekend. Take care, guys. I'll win them. I'm sorry if you were expecting a recipe. My mom doesn't always go on recipes.